Hey everyone, Rick here with the Ditch Pig. Spring has sprung here in the Annapolis Valley. We're back into some half decent temperatures. You can be outside without a hat and a coat on. It's great. The only downside is all the snow melted and now there's just like dog shit everywhere. But we'll take it because it gives me the opportunity to work on my vehicles without having my hands freeze because of steel hand tools. In today's video, we got to deal with an issue that came up with a pig after changing the water pump. There's some squealing going on. At first I thought it was belt squeal. That's not the case. I did put a brand new belt on it and it didn't solve the problem. I'll show you what I mean. So you can hear that squealing. Not ideal.
She gone.
So like I say, initially I thought it was a belt, changed the belt. It did stop for a little bit, and then as the engine heated up, it came right back. So I didn't make a video of this, but I did change the water pump up because I pulled the belt off, and when I checked the pulleys, I noticed that the water pump was making some noise. The alternator was making some noise too, but the water pump was making more noise than anything. So I did buy a water pump for it. I didn't film it, I just put it on. The squealing's still there, obviously you can hear it, but there's not too many options. Brand new belt, brand new tensioner, as you saw in the water pump video. Now it's got a brand new water pump. So all that's left is the alternator and the idler pulley. And when I had the belts off, this thing here still sounded good. It also could be the steering pump, but when I spin that, it makes zero noise. It sounds plenty healthy. So today I went to CarQuest and picked up an alternator. We're gonna get this installed. So this alternator is, I guess it would be classified as a Gen 3 alternator because this is what would have came on like my Yukon. It's got the 4-pin plug, whereas the alternator that came originally on my LY6 that's in the truck, that was a 2-pin, so Gen 4 alternator. I think that's how it works. I have a video on the channel already of me swapping out to this alternator and talking about how it charges better because the 2-pin alternator that came on this motor originally, the voltage regulator is controlled by the computer, and where I'm running a Holly in this, it would only charge to like a default of like 13.5 or 13.8 or something like that for volts. Now with that 4-pin alternator that I only use, I think 1 or 2 wires on it, but it has a internal voltage regulator, I can get like my 14.3, 14.5 out of it. So if you're interested in seeing that video, check it out. It's back rather, I'll link it in the description. So yeah, let's get to work and getting this thing swapped up. Hopefully we get rid of that squealing because that is annoying as hell. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna take this air intake off so I got a little bit more room. We'll pop this belt off, 16 mil wrench, get that out of the way. So yeah, like I was saying, there's the tensioner, no noise at all. No noise on the idler. Water pump is also mint, so no noise there. No real noise on that. Right? That doesn't sound real healthy. So I'm just hoping that that's what the problem is and I can get that resolved with the alternator swap. Either way, that bearing doesn't sound good, and sooner or later it's going to seize up and leave me stranded, and I don't want that. Now, it's not hard to take these things off. You got your positive back here, you got to get that taken care of. This clip, which is no big deal. I got a light bulb in here just for power draw instead of having a diode there. I just did that because I didn't have a diode. 4-pin plug, I only got 1 wire going to it because that's all I need. So we'll just throw that back out of the way, and I'll get a wrench and take that off. Then it's just these 2 bolts up front here, and we're good to go. Yeah, that sounds horrible. And you can see the black around it and whatnot. That thing's days were numbered. All right, 10 mil nut, takes the power off the back. This old alternator will go back to CarQuest. I think I get like 36 bucks for a core charge on it, so 15 mil. These 2 bolts. Yeah, definitely gonna need a pry bar for that to get it out. All right. Oh yeah. Pull this bad boy out. Set it right here. Put that bad boy in there so we can get our 36 bucks back. Just tap these back into place a little wider so the thing will fit in there. Boom! One bolt. Two bolts. What's that on? Setting one. Don't want to torque it up too much. Just put enough on it to draw those two spacers back into place. That's kind of weird. That plug doesn't want to go in. I wonder if it's just a little bit different of an alternator. So I can't get the edge of that in there. Well, that sucks. I'll show you what I mean. It's catching on the edge of the intake. Like I only need like 1/16 of an inch and I could get that, but. So I think the biggest problem is this piece of this plastic housing here, but it does come off. Almost fits in there now without that plastic piece on there. So what I'm going to do is loosen that up. Take one bolt out, loosen the other one, swing that alternator up, put the plug in. I think it'll clear after, get it back down past the intake. We'll just plug that in. I think we're good. Yep, it just misses it. I mean by like a hair. So I won't be able to rock this black plastic piece. That can get filed G under garbage. And boom, she's on there. Everything looks good. I'll throw the air intake back on and I'll throw the cover back on it. And we'll be ready to flash this thing up and test it out. All right. Let's flash this thing up. See if that squeak's gone. Good. Let's take a closer look. I can hear like a very minute chirp sound. Not sure what that might be. Maybe it's a little bit of belt slip, but the only way I can really tell is to take this thing for a rip. And that's what we're gonna do. Slipping some.
Is it a brand new belt?
Yeah. Just maybe it's a piece of crap belt.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what the deal is, but when we took off there, it started squealing again. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it went away. It's good now. Not as bad as it was though. The only thing left to change is a power steering pump and the idler pulley. That's it. There's nothing else to change. Everything would be brand new after that. That guy's just fucking spamming that button on the pole there. Come on, I want to fucking cross. He's just fucking hitting it like. Good. Yes. Let's go.
$45.
She'll take a large iced coffee with no syrup or sugar.
Liquid sugar.
No liquid
Oh,
sugar.
liquid sugar?
Yeah, and a large coffee with 2 cream, please.
There you go.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Have a good one. Nice
You too.
truck.
Thanks, buddy. Trying to go easy. It's hard though. I'm like wanting to. All right, you guys, I'm not sure what the deal is with the squealing. I'll have to look into it, but we'll get it figured out. But that's one more thing off the list. The alternator did need to be changed because the bearing was starting to get bad. Just an update before I end off this video, let you know what the deal is with the belt squeal. As you saw while we were driving it, it was still there. I assumed it was something to do with just the belt and the belt only because all the rest of the components of the accessory drive, good to go. I mean, it's mint. I mean, everything's been changed except for the power steering pump and the idler pulley. And like I say, no noise when you spin them without a belt on. So I went at this with some brake clean. Thought maybe it had to do something with the number of times I've had the water pump on and off, and maybe there was some antifreeze on the pulleys because you know that stuff's slippery. So I sprayed brake clean on all the pulleys while it was running too, and what I noticed was as soon as I sprayed it on the accessory drive, just like that, the squealing stopped. Now the belt I had on this was brand new. I picked it up at CarQuest. It was a Dayco. I even switched it to the other belt that came on this engine when I bought it, and there was still a little bit of a squeal. Then just for the hell of it, I put on the old Gates belt that I had bought when I did the LS swap. Threw that on there, no squealing. Completely stopped. This belt is 3 years old. It's been thrown off the drive before. It's missing a whole rib pretty much all the way around it. Put that on, zero squealing. It's completely solved. Anyway, that fixes the problem. One of these days I will buy a brand new belt. I'll get another Gates because they seem to work the best. But for now, that solves the problem of the squeaky belt. It's been a long endeavor getting this taken care of, like say water pump, tensioner, hoses, alternator, and a belt that still squeaked even though it was new. So anyway, that was a success. Everything taken care of on that aspect. There's still lots more to do on the pig. More things come in the future, exciting stuff. Probably the next video you're gonna see is the Camaro. We gotta get back into that. It's been sitting for way too long. Basically, I have everything I need to fix it. Everything's ready to go. It just, winter came and I never touched it after that. So we'll jump back into that real shortly and start hammering on that and get that finished up. So until then, like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever turns your crank. We'll see you in the next video.